The reason people are poor is because they fail to recognize opportunity. They fail to recognize opportunity. Not that opportunities don't come, but they fail to recognize opportunity. So you have to recognize opportunity. You have to learn how to recognize opportunity. So how do I recognize opportunity? These are some of the tips I'll be giving you today. How to recognize opportunities. Because when you don't recognize opportunities, you will be passing over opportunities. And people say opportunity comes but once, but it's not true. Opportunity comes over and over and over again. But if you are not trained, if you have not trained yourself to recognize opportunities, you will be passing over opportunities every time. In fact, you will be so passing over opportunities routinely that people will think you are poor because you are passing over opportunities routinely. P-O-O-R. And people will say you are poor. But nobody is really poor. Nobody is really poor. Nobody has financial problem. What we have is an idea problem. And by any stroke of chance, today, after listening to me, you will begin to recognize opportunities. And when you begin to recognize opportunities and begin to capitalize on opportunities, then you will be able to kick yourself out of poverty. Because nobody should be poor. Nobody should be poor. Not everyone will be rich equally, but not everyone should be poor at the same time. But some of the most successful people we know on earth today, nobody knows their parents. Nobody knows their mother or their father. Some of the most successful people on earth today, we don't know their parents, but they are successful. In the same token, we don't know their children because their children are not as successful either. So it doesn't have to do with the parents. It has to do with the individual. And the difference is what the individual did with opportunities that he had that others did not do. We hear about Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and Mike Lazaridis, and the list goes on. They are not the only ones in their family or in their areas or in their schools. For those of them that went to school, they were not the only ones that dropped out of school. For those that dropped out of school, they are not the only ones that didn't go to school at all. For those that didn't go to school at all. So what is the difference? The difference is in the individual. What they did with the opportunities they had. Every one of us is going to have opportunities. Every one of us. We're going to have opportunities. The problem is some pass over their own opportunities routinely. That people think they are poor. But they are not really poor. They are just passing over opportunities routinely. And one day, by any chance, one day, they might wake up to the opportunities they've been passing over and passing up and realize that they could be farther than where they are today. And the reason I'm talking to you today is that if by any chance one of you out there will realize how to recognize opportunities, you will be able to cash into. And that is my wish. You'll be able to capitalize. You'll be able to take advantage of the opportunity. You have to know how to recognize opportunity. And stop blaming people. Because when people are not successful, they blame their parents. They blame their mother, their father, their uncle. If my uncle had helped me, I would have been so and so. If my uncle had helped me, if my father had been alive. No, stop listing reasons why you're not successful. Start looking for opportunities. Many people are going around collecting sympathy collectors. Sympathy does not equate to dollars. Sympathy collectors, they go around telling their stories over and over and over again. Do you know what I've been through in life? If I tell you what I've been through in life, 2 people that heard it will die from hearing it. But you are still alive. Thank God. You're not dead yet. So stop peddling your sympathy party, because nobody is going to attend. Get up. You are still alive. Living dog is better than a dead lion. Get up. Get up and do something with your life. Begin to recognize opportunities. Nobody is belittling what you went through. Nobody is putting down what you went through. Nobody is saying you were lying about what you're saying. But people are saying, we've had it. Get up. Move on. That's what everyone is saying. We've had it. Get up and move on. We've had all that happened to you. How the whole world ganged up against you. How the whole world almost collapsed on your head alone. We've had all of that. Now, get up and move on. Let me say this. Get up and move up, because there's space at the top. Get up and move up. Stop waiting for sympathy. Showing your collection plate. Asking people to donate to your sympathy party. People are tired. Begin to recognize opportunities. Like I said, every person that is poor is because he has passed over opportunities routinely. There are people that have passed over things that when others came onto, they made great success. They've looked at things, they thought it was not worth it, they moved on, others came on board and made fortune out of it. Your responsibility is to learn how to recognize opportunities. When you learn how to recognize opportunities, you are able to move to that next level of taking advantage of opportunities, cashing into opportunities, capitalizing in opportunities, utilizing opportunities to your advantage. How do I recognize opportunities? Number one, what raises your antenna? What raises what catches your fancy? What captures your imagination? When something is being talked about, what attracts your attention the most? What captures your imagination the most? That is one way to know if there's an opportunity. What captivates your interest the most? Many people in life, they want to do what others did. They want to be successful as other people. So they want to do what others did. And they started doing what others did. But they're not as successful as others. So the question is why? Now, you are doing exactly what they did, but you're not as successful as they are. So what's the problem? The problem is they have a passion you know nothing about. You need passion. You need passion to be successful. Knowledge alone will not get you there. Passion alone will not get you there. You need both to get there. You might have knowledge about something, but you don't have passion about it. So you sit around and tell old women's stories about it. You could be passionate about something, but you don't have knowledge about it. And then you sit around and you can talk about it, but you can do nothing about it. Now, the middle ground, the sweet spot, is that you have knowledge and you have passion. When knowledge meets passion, it is marriage made in heaven. I said, when knowledge meets passion, it is marriage made in heaven. When you're passionate about what you know, or when you know what you're passionate about, the two can work together for your best interest. Some people say knowledge is power. Others say knowledge increases power. But I say passion with knowledge brings excellence. Let me say that again. I say passion with knowledge brings excellence. Because passion will drive you when it seems there's no way ahead of you. Passion will drive you. You see, knowledge without passion will not even get. Knowledge without passion will not go anywhere. Knowledge without passion will go nowhere. But passion without knowledge will not even get started. Passion without knowledge will not even get started. But knowledge without passion will go nowhere. So you need both of them. You need both of them to come together. So you need to begin to realize what you are passionate about. Once you find them, then you need to get knowledge on that area. What you have to do is one little thing called research. Do a research on the area, on the subject you're passionate about. Find every material on what you're passionate about and read all of them. Try to read all of them and try to understand as much as you can. Once you have knowledge about what you're passionate about, there's no limit to what you can do or to the extent you can go. And that is why you can innovate and invent and change things and be creative. And others will be watching you and they will think you have done something secret. And it's true, you've done something secret, which is your research, which is the time, which is the sacrifice you paid when you went and did the research. You need to find out what you're passionate about and then read about it, know everything about it. You could be selling something as simple as okume, simple product. And many other people will be selling the same product. But people are coming for your brand because you have realized from your research the importance of branding. The moment you brand your product and people realize that your product is not generic, is branded, and is useful, and does what you say it will do, they will come for your brand. It might be a little expensive, a little more expensive than the other brand, but people will come for your brand. People will come for your brand because you have realized the importance of branding. You have branded your product. Know everything you have to know. You need to know. Every material out there on the things you're passionate about, you have to know them. Number 2, you have to go after them. You see, knowing is one thing. Doing is another thing. You have to get up and go out there. Be in the mix. Join the fight. You already know what you're passionate about. Now you have to go for it. How do I translate my passion into action? How do I translate my passion into action? You already have knowledge because you've studied. Now you have to know, how do I translate my passion into action? One other thing you need to know, once you recognize the things you're passionate about, one of the things you need to do is to find out how useful what you're passionate about is to the people. In other words, find a need and fill it. Show me a man who can fill needs, who can serve needs, and I'll show you a rich man. Once you're able to identify the needs that the people have, and you're able to supply it, you found a service and fill the service provide that service, you will be rich. When you show me any man who is able to provide the services that the people are in demand of, that person is a rich person. A genius is a guy, is a person who knows what the people need, even before the people knew they needed it. I said a genius is someone who knew the services that the people need, even before the people realize their need for the service. In the late 90s, a young man from the University of Waterloo realized that since the internet was already there and people would sit on the computers to check their emails, he realized that people might need to check their emails on the go, even though right now they did not know that they needed it. But he thought it would be neat if people could check their emails in the subway, if people could check their emails while they were walking on the street, if people could check their emails on the go. Maybe not while they are driving, but on the go, if you get my drift. He realized that need, and he went ahead and filled it. Way before the people realized they needed to have instant messages, he gave them the BlackBerry. Back in the days when people used to have their Walkman, they carried it around to play music. Steve Jobs realized the importance of putting the music in the cloud. So you can go to the cloud and download the music or stream the music. So he gave them iTunes. Way back then, people did not know they needed iTunes. People did not know they needed iPods. People did not know they needed any cloud-based services. But when you can look ahead and see into the future and see what the people need, even before the people knew they needed it, and you're able to fill those services, you'll be a rich man. You'll be a rich lady. Find out a service. Fill that service. You will be a rich man. Back in the days, people did not know that comedy could make somebody rich. They laughed at comedians. They looked at them as riffraffs, as misfits. Can you imagine going around making people laugh? But the early comedians realized the importance of laughter. They realized the importance of laughter. Now, listen, every medication, people pay for every medication they take, be it Tylenol or Panadol, whatever medication people take, people pay for the medications they take. Whether it's a vitamin C or vitamin A or food supplement, people pay for every medication they take. But people don't pay for laughter. But you know, Bible says that laughter works as good as medicine. And let me add, it is the only medication without side effects. It is the only medication without side effects. So comedians realize that since people have to pay for every medication, they have to pay us to make them laugh. And now, everybody wants their kid to be a comedian. Everybody, including myself, wants to be a comedian too. Maybe not for the money, but for just making people laugh at what I say. Back in the days, people didn't let their children go to play soccer because soccer is what people did that dropped out of school or that didn't go to school. People didn't let their children go play soccer. But that was before they realized that Lionel Messi was making 336 £1,000 per week. Per week, not per year, not per year, no, not per month, not per year, per week. Every single week, £336,000, British pounds. That's before they realize how much he makes. That is equivalent to his 5-day salary is equivalent to the 1-year salary of the US president. That's to put it in perspective. What he makes per week is more than what the US president makes per year. And that is the most powerful man on earth in terms of politics. So, when people realize needs and they feel those needs, they become successful. Now, people that have no passion, it's easy for them to laugh at other people. They don't have the passion you have. They don't have the dreams you have. They don't have the aspirations you have. They are too far away that they laugh at you. They mock you. But you cannot let them stop you because you are the only you there is. You cannot let them stop you because you are the only you there is. It is only you that will be successful or you that will not be successful. You cannot let people stop you from being you. When you have passion, when you have dreams and aspirations, pursue them. Set realistic goals and pursue them. Take it one step at a time. Set realistic goals and pursue your goals. Don't let people mock you out of your goals. Don't let people mock you out of the set goals you set for yourself. Set your dreams. Be motivated. Don't just sit down there and lament. Learn how to identify opportunities. Learn how to capitalize in opportunities. Once you know these things and you do them, riches will come naturally. Riches will come naturally. Not everybody will be rich, but everybody shouldn't be poor. You can't just sit down there waiting for it to happen for you. You have to get up and do something. If everybody is rich, then it won't be a miracle. It will be natural. I know that some people could miraculously be rich. Some people, people want to be rich, but they don't want to do what the rich guys did. I know some people could be miraculously rich, but it doesn't happen for everybody. Fortunately, we live in a world where miracles happen. Miracles still happen. A poor man can become a rich man tomorrow. That does happen. But we don't know if it's going to be for you or for him or for me or for another person. We don't know. So don't sit down there, wait for the miracle to happen for you. Get up and do something. And the miracles could still happen for you. But if you just sit around and wait for the miracle to happen, then if it happens, good. But what if it didn't happen for you? Because it will happen for someone. If it never happens, then there's no miracle. If it happens for everyone, then it's not a miracle because it happens for everyone. So you have to get up, plan, pursue your dreams, follow your dreams, set goals, set realistic goals, and follow them, pursue them. When a desire, when a passion is realized and achieved, it brings joy. It brings joy to the soul. It brings happiness. It brings fulfillment to the soul. Set dreams, set goals, and pursue your goals, and pursue your dreams. Don't just sit and wait for things to happen on their own. Don't just sit or still and complain about people who did not help you. Nobody is responsible for helping you. In fact, nobody will blame you for the people that did not help you. They will blame you for what you didn't do for yourself. Nobody will blame you for what people did not do for you. They will blame you for what you did not do for yourself. Don't stay there saying, oh, it's because my parents did this, my parents did that. Nobody will blame you for that. For where your parents left you, nobody will blame you for that. But everyone will blame you for where you left yourself. Where are you leaving yourself? Don't leave yourself in the dungs. Get up and do something. Don't keep on complaining, collecting sympathy with a collection plate. Get up and do something. Get up and do something. Be real to yourself and get up and do something and be somebody. Stop passing over opportunities routinely so that you will not become poor. Rather, reach out, invest, check, and harvest so that you become rich. Reach out, invest, cultivate, and harvest so that you become rich. If you want to be a rich man, you have to reach out, you have to invest, you have to cultivate, and you have to harvest. You have to know how to reach out to people. Reach out to others. Reach out to people that have similar dreams and aspirations as you. You have to find out how to invest. You have to learn about investment. You have to invest in the right businesses. You have to know how to cultivate the right relationships, or even cultivate farms. You have to know how to cultivate the right habits. And then you have to know how to harvest, how to reap what you have invested and cultivated, and you become rich. So the moment you've identified your opportunities, what you're passionate about, the moment you identify the services that are needed, the very next natural thing to do is to invest. You have to invest. You have to capitalize in those opportunities. You have to capitalize. You have to capitalize. You have to invest. It could be time, it could be money, it could be resources. And sometimes you find out you cannot do it alone. Sometimes you find out you needed partnerships. Sometimes you find out you needed people to pull resources together, to partner with you, to get your dreams. Many people like to be so selfish. They want to go alone. They are more interested in I did this. I'm the founder of this, I'm the founder of that. And that is good, too. I should say that. But you should not do that to the detriment of your success. If answering the founder of ABC will keep you a poor man, but answering the co-founder of CDX will make you a rich man. Be a co-founder. Don't be a founder. Be a co-investor. Don't be the principal investor. Be a co-sponsor. Don't be the sole sponsor. Be a co-proprietor. Don't be the sole proprietor. Find the appropriate partnership. Find somebody with similar passion. Sometimes there are people who do not have as much passion, but they have the cash. Find investors. Work with investors. Find angel donors. Some people who are willing to invest in your dream. Find Angel investors, those who are willing to invest in your dream, find them and work with them. There are people who are willing to invest in your dreams. They don't have the dreams, they don't have the technical know-how, but they can invest in your dream. You should be able to explain your dreams to them in a clear-cut fashion, and they will be able to run with your dream with you. They will be able to invest in your dream, to provide the capital, to provide the funding for your dream ventures. Work with them. Don't work alone. A tree cannot make for a forest. Work with other people. Work in partnerships. Find partnerships. Find the right partnerships. And make sure you have the right legal documents to protect you. If you have intellectual properties, make sure they are protected. Work with other people to bring your passion to the fore. Invest wisely. Invest wise. When people laugh and mock at you, it's because they don't have the dreams you had. People will tell you about the limitations that will make your dream impossible. People will tell you why your dream is impossible, is useless, is senseless. People will tell you all of that. But they didn't have the dream with you. They didn't have the vision and the passion that you have. You are the only one that is equipped to bring that passion to the fore. Don't let people talk you out of your dreams. And don't let people talk you into a dream you never had. Invest wisely. Invest wisely. Then the next thing is, the very next thing, natural thing, is for you to advertise. Let people know what you are able to do. Because when you are not advertising, you're like a man in the dark winking, wondering why nobody recognized you are winking. And I'll tell you, it is because you are in the dark and you are winking in the dark, and people cannot see what you're doing in the dark. Advertisement is what shines light on you and bring people to know what you're doing in the dark. You have to advertise. Advertisement follows naturally. Once you invest, you need people to know what your investment is. I talked about this extensively earlier. Invest wisely. Invest wisely. And advertise. Let the people know what you're able to do. Once these are in place, there is no limit what you can do. Then you begin to see those veils fall off. You begin to see yourself succeed. You begin to see yourself transformed from a Jabez to the prince of Tri-City. Once you begin to implement these principles, you find yourself transformed from an ordinary Jabez to the prince of Tri-City. Once you begin to implement these things, these simple principles, your life will be changed, will be transformed, will be catapulted from a man of sorrow to a man of songs of praise. Those that knew you before, they won't recognize you anymore. Those that look down on you, they will look up to you. Those that looked down on you before, they will look up to you. Those that stepped on you, they will step up to talk to you. Those that stepped on you before, they will step up to talk to you. Those that looked down on you before, they will look up to you. Those that talked condescendingly on you, They will ask you to calm down and talk to them. Your level will change. Those that laughed at you before, they will laugh with you. Those who said to you before, "Who are you?" they will turn around and say to you, "How are you?" Those that questioned your credibility will propagate your credibility. Those that say to you it is impossible, they will come to you and say it is very possible. Those that mocked at you, they will come to you to ask for mock-up samples. Woo! Those that mocked at you previously, they will turn around and ask you for mock-up samples. Listen. Every man has a choice. Every man has a choice. That is one thing that remains. Every man has a choice. Every one of us, each of us, has a choice. We can decide to decide. We can decide not to decide. We can not decide to decide. It's all up to us. It's all our choice. We can choose to choose. We can choose not to choose. Or we not choose to choose. It's all really, really up to us what we want. You see, the decision is ours. The choice is ours. What we do with what I've said today is ours. And in a few moments, I'll be done because I'm getting home from this long drive. And it's really raining outside and dark too. And I've kept myself company talking for almost an hour. But the point is, when you listen to this, it is your decision, what you do, that matters. Are you going to do something with it or not? It's totally up to you. It's totally up to you. I've done my job. I've recorded myself talking for almost an hour now, and I'm going to post it for you to listen to. And you have listened to it now. The question is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? This tape is uncut. This tape is unedited. This tape is raw from my heart to you. So, what are you going to do about it? This is heart-to-heart talk from me, yours truly, to you. What are you going to do about it? You see, the problem is not that we didn't hear. The problem is not that nobody told us. The problem is that we have a choice to discard everything we heard and pretend nothing happened and stay poor and keep complaining. And when I say poor, I'm not talking about financial poverty only. People are poor mentally. People are poor socially. People are poor maritally. People are poor in all kinds of ways. People are poor intellectually. It's not just about money. Nobody has financial problem. What we have is an idea problem. People are poor ideally. So you need to do something with it. What are you going to do? How are you going to apply this to your own situation? Now you say you're not poor in any way. How about your friends? Would you recommend them to listen? Maybe you have friends that you have talked to about before, about these things before, and you felt they didn't get it. Maybe they were not responding the way you expected because they were looking down at you as your friend. Maybe you have family members who wouldn't listen to you. The hardest people to get to listen to you are the people that you think should listen to you, and they happen to be in your family, your siblings mostly. Maybe you have such people, and they wouldn't listen to you. Do you care to share this recording with them? Let them listen to it too. Let them decide what they want to do with it. You're probably the only rich guy in their midst. Maybe financially, maybe intellectually, maybe idealically, even if that is even a word. Maybe in terms of ideas, you're the only one that is not bankrupt. And you need them to get to the same level as you are, or at least try to get to the same level, or even higher. Do you care to share with them? Do you have friends who would go to any length to justify why they will not get up in the morning to go out to do anything for themselves? Complain about everything that the government didn't do for them. And for that reason, they will never do anything again. They have remained poor till today. And while they were saying that, their neighbor had this teaching, maybe from here, maybe from other sources, maybe from their own spirits, and they decided to do something to make a difference. And they got up and did something about their own situations. And they've gotten better, and have taken their families along, and have gone way ahead, and are on the same level with the same people. He was busy complaining how they didn't do this and that for him or her. But his neighbor has gone far from where they both started. Maybe this is an opportunity for him to wake up. Maybe this is a wake-up call to say, get up, stop complaining. Stop complaining. Don't be a complainer. Get up and do something. You have to be a participator in the event of life. You cannot be a complainer. You cannot be a spectator through life. You have to be a participator. Participate in your own life decisions. Participate. Life is a series of decisions. Life is a series of decisions. There is no one decision that makes or mars everything. It's a series of decisions.